We're doing it. Happy August 20 shitsky. What is it? It's Sunday, but it's the 23rd or the 24th? 24th. August 24th. Miraculous time. I was gonna do a personal reading, and then I was like, you know what happens whenever I go live is like I force myself to commit to a whole read. So woke up this morning immediately. Yesterday's Virgo new moon was totally Virgo in nature. It was totally like the type of frequency where it's like, did you miss it? Hold on, let me close the door quickly. Yep, another day full of lovely work that we continue here. So we're just doing a little bit of a check-in and a message. Because really right now with the frequency of the message, it has to do with like when history's popping up. So again, this isn't really got shit to do with you girls or even an astrological cycle. More so just like where we're at in the timeline of T2. So welcome if you've never been in before. This is a Holy Cow transmission. I go by the Holy Cow when I do this formatting of basically just like the behind the scenes of the basically these are the thoughts that run in my brain when you also actually see me do all the like actual art and stuff in life. So that's what this space is, but you know, also part-time psychic, part-time seer, so it's like, you know, this is where that information is housed. But today, woke up after the Virgo new moon, knowing that it completely changed everything from the inside out because of how well we upkeep our 6th house. Huge frequency. The reason we got the vision of that, it's like we're getting things out of order. It's like, you know you're gonna be there, but you don't understand. It's like, as of right now, you think like, oh, it's because like today the plan is like just to like do work. It's not even that. That's actually somewhere you'd want to be because it'll just be fun for you and you'll get all of, it's actually about a celebration because of what actually comes in today. So that's the thing the spirit just hit me with. It's like, no, you're seeing like, oh, I'm supposed to be here, and it'll be really easy for people to like, go, yeah, hurry, go, like do the thing. Because today what comes in with the breakthrough is the actual thing that's like, oh, we should just fucking go out and for real crush it. So that's why God's like, don't worry too much. Like you don't think small or limited even. So anyway, long story short, the thing that prompted me to come onto here is because of this union, 4 of Wands. Congratulations to all of us. Everyone is coming to union. It already happened in the 3rd dimension. I mean, these are unions that existed. But yesterday, in any way, in a small way, whatever choices individuals are making to concretize things that like connections that already exist on a higher ether, on a lower ether, which would mean like, hi, nice to meet you, yes, like, or hi, yes, I see the subtweet, hi, yes, I see the fucking back and forth, I see the like, you know what I mean? We've been doing the flirtatious, like, hey, I'm interested from afar. Now it's time to be up close. That's why Spirit was like, get in the proper mindset, get in the proper functionality of like what you're going to want to do today, but you're going to just like, basically this weekend for me and Dennis has been like, it's not about what everybody else is on. It's actually about your personal season and where you're at in your cycle. That's why we've been doing. So for us, we've been on the celebration tip, but again, we're celebrating very specific niche achievements. We're not celebrating like fucking General Tso's chicken. No, we're fucking celebrating like the specific things of what we've done, right? So it's not that it's everybody's walk. And that's just kind of what I've had to like politely let people know is like, no. Like, I don't even need a forecast. I don't even need a like, you're not ready for this. I don't even need, that's not even what I'm here to do. I'm here to just celebrate. I've been in, believe it or not, the funny thing about summer 2025, and you know this because you saw how I came out January 2025 when I was telling you what I was going to be on all 2025 was like the celebration frequency. A lot of bitches had a problem with that. Like everywhere you've seen me stop, technically I got evicted, but the real tea was like God sent me there to like celebrate with the guys. Like I don't know why they were acting like that. Like I don't know why my brother was acting like that. I don't know why my mom was acting like that. Like acting like they've never had nice things before. Like the people that you see, mind you, right? That's what I'm saying. Like some of these things that have happened over the course of this year that just like people crashing out was crazy because it doesn't really change the like, oh, it wasn't a bad, like nothing was, you know what I'm saying? Type of shit. But huge, fast movement towards the union. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's not light. Like nothing is light. Nothing.
Yeah, we're about to celebrate.
That's but God's just letting you, like the only thing that I got this morning was like the place you'd want to go when you're like, because it's not just like I want to celebrate at fucking sushi happy hour. No, it's like, no, you want to celebrate in the image of what just came in, which would be like why showing up at an afters that you feel like we're going to be doing a pretty big celebration. Like that's in the image of what's about to pop out.
Right.
So we're really excited. So anyways, yeah, God just like put on me tonight. You'll see later because we'll be like, obviously like doing work from the situation. But there's an afters tonight that we're going to be like celebrating what comes in today at, and we just realized it because I was just kind of thinking purely from the business lens of like the afters. It's like, I'm just gonna be connecting with some people that I, again, would love to be a part of the studio, but also just a part of the tour that we're about to go do. And just because of like the tour that we're gonna be like at the afters for is a tour we like spiritually adjacently like checks out in terms of like what the frequency is right now. So anyways, all that good stuff, but union, fast moving union. You know, that's why God is like setting us up this way. Because like, again, I woke up this morning, I was like, whoa, yesterday was crazy. Just because it was pretty much like yesterday, a lot of Fool energy, a lot of like, we're popping out and doing the Fool card thing. You know, just kind of, it's like where the precipice ends. We're just kind of doing the leap of faith situation. We're kind of stepping out to see what we can get done on God's planet. And so, you know, I woke up this morning like, okay, God, I really believe like Virgo brought in the new world, you know, like again, 2 years ago from yesterday, Dennis re-proposed me for the second time. Like we had a very long engagement. So it was just like another one of those times where like Dennis and God like were like, it's time to renew that you like, cause he proposed to me in 2021. We were proper 24. And then he re-proposed to me again closer to at the end of 25, which was really great. And it was really important because the first proposal we had like a set date and time in terms of when the wedding would be. It was going to be October 2023. The second time he proposed to me was like a blatant surprise, like actually just like what the fucky. He did it at the Sahara Lounge, which is like a local joint here in Austin that everybody, all the guys know. Shout out to my African vegan slimes. And he like does it like you know, it's like the one place, it's like what people say, it's like don't do it in the pub, but he does it in the public. It was like it actually surprised the shit out of me. Like actually surprised the shit out of me. Like I was like, what? Like mainly because this isn't like the first proposal was like totally what you want. It was like fully to the nines, but like private tour in my favorite childhood cave type of thing. So there's no one around. This is the type of proposal that might make you want to like kill yourself in terms of like, if these people are irritated right now, it's like, you know what I mean? That you had to do, it's like, yeah, he had a band scoring, like stopping their set.
This was pure live, like
it was all live orchestration. So it was like
I'm like
we'll share the video.
Kanye thinking Taylor for sure. I'm like, yeah, like
yeah, he did pull it. He pulled the Taylor. He was like, Taylor, I'm gonna let you finish except for not at all. And then he proposed to me. He's like, "Hey guys, cut the music,
but
cut the music."
Fucking set off the fucking night.
But it like, and that's what's gonna happen tonight. A surprise proposal, and then we're gonna lose our mind at the afterwards because that's what happened.
To be honest, it was like the first half of the function, like it was a bunch of like live bands and really like eloquent shit, and then but it was like after the live proposal, like it like no one knew, and then the band was like, "Oh shit, this guy's like live proposing right now," so they're just like scoring me as I'm doing it, and then they fucking. But everyone was so hyped, it like set off the whole fucking night.
And then that band made more money than they've ever made ever playing the Sahara Lounge because me and Dennis, after I got engaged in front of people and like the secondhand like just knowing I took up the space, I was like, okay, well now I have to just be insane because like it's already like crazy for this to be happening and like people would be respectful and be like, okay, I'm at the club, I'm not really trying to do the fucking hetero marriage thing. So you know, like I just want to be considerate. So after that, we just fucking went ape shit, giving hella tips, hella bands to the guys. Everybody ended up just pouring in. It was like a crazy night.
Yeah, it was so
wow, so that's exactly the prophecy for what's happening tonight. Because this is coming in. The union, this comes in. This is like fast moving, like, whoa, our whole world changes. So I guess, so what God showed me is like, this is the place you're gonna go immediately. It's like immediately after that pops out, you're gonna be like, we need somewhere to fucking rage at. And it's like, thank God we have like these guys after take over because they're two musicians where we know like we'll be okay to, because we know their DJ presence, so it's like, okay, we'll be good because we're not going to their concert. Like they're gonna have a concert, we're not doing the concert. I told you this is how me and Dennis are. We don't need to go to your show. We go to your after party. That's what I'm saying. It's like with me, I'm like, I'm not trying to watch you do this, perform it. I want to fucking rage with you. I don't want to do the like fucking shit, you know. Like let's have fun together. Like, it's not like watch each other perform. It's weird.
Right, I'm not here for the album. I'm not here for the.
I'll listen to the album. We're gonna do the album listening is like always gonna happen on my own time. It's not like
exactly.
But I'd rather share an album through a party space than like a performance space. Do you understand what I'm saying? For me, I'm a very like performance art purism. Like so, if I'm going to go to the theater and I'm gonna go watch Kinky Boots on Broadway, for me, like. The only types of performances that I'm trying to pull up and see are in that nature where it's like, it's kind of like reading a book for me. It's like, okay, you can only go to it and get this information in that way. But with certain music, art, certain culture, like it's not like for the artist, the performance of their album is also another thing as well in and of itself. And so it's not the only way to receive the album. And in my opinion, there are live musicians, like, because I'm from Austin, so like there are live musicians who like they're not here to be like your typical recording artist. That's going to be like your natural Austinite, right? Most of the Austin local scene is like niggas who have fucking pennies in their guitar case and are like playing on SoCo and also selling like hand blown glass pipes, you know? It's like that type of frequency. And so those people don't really know the echelons of like the recording art space, recording music space. So when we're talking about recorded music, sometimes for me, because it's recorded and that's the actual art that we were perfecting instead of like the live. So I'm just excited because we're going to be in a live. It's all things. So that obviously is the spirit message of like what's cyclically happening tonight, because we were all freaking out. We were like, oh, we got to go do this. And we were thinking about it from the lens of like, they need us to do something. And spirit's like, no. This is just where you're going to pop out to because of the frequency of the day. Straight up.
Frequency of the day.
Holy shit. Because it's this day. Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups. That's what I mean. Like the only things that I was really thinking today of like doing were just like being prepared for that. So like I'm doing my business work early. I'm going to get you guys a little mensaje first. But then like really truly today, like, and then like Marie's like, it's hella hot. It's just like where we're at with our parents, everything. Like even my dad, like going out to a lot. It's the type of shit where this nigga's gonna like come back with a fucking car ski, I bet you, like type of shit. Like just like the frequency of right now is like up. Holy Dennis, this is what I mean. So Virgo new moon came yesterday and it literally left you in physical union. And yesterday let me give you the analogy. So you guys already, maybe you don't know, but if you were keeping up with me in real time right now, one of the other things that's also happening is like, bitch, we're in that time. Like I said, in Texas, we got about 10 more months of summer. I don't know why y'all talking about like summer's over.
Exactly.
Summer's over.
Like girl was saying at the smoke
bitch.
Yesterday. It's not over until fucking December.
I don't, you look, it's like, yeah, it's like summer ends like Christmas Eve out here in Texas. Like to be honest with you, it's like
right. That's why I'm like, yo, I'm actually like waking up. I'm like loving the frequency because of just perpetually like the perpetual tanning nature that we've been on.
Well, in Texas, like, you always went on that.
Right, but
you can
like,
tan year round.
Right. We're like it's like just go out every day and just like.
But this is our new normal. This is our new routine, and we were only able to like. Here's the thing: we were implementing the same routine that Dennis and I have right now in place at my brother's house, right? But there we were being prosecuted. We did it at my mom's house, prosecuted. At your parents' house, prosecuted. Like every time. So it's the only place where it's like. It's not all we do. Like they see the walking and that's what they think. That's their narrative. All you do is walk. Okay, well you sound bummy and bitter either way, just being mad that someone's walking. But on top of that, that's actually not all we do.
Yeah, definitely not all.
That's like what you might see. Like they just left the house to go on foot, but you don't even know what the fuck we do on foot because the businesses run themselves on foot through the motherfucking the devicey. You can be mad about it because I can do it all through the devicey, but
straight from the fucking park at Shrimp.
Dennis has dropped the entire body of Dolphin Boy through the fucking ether. He didn't even, that shit is, as far as I'm concerned, he's doing it, he's bending it through the ether. Like, this laptop isn't even responsible for it. Like, where he's doing this shit is, like, not here. It's not on this, not hyper-local. So, anywho, that's where we're at today. But we're in this new reality where I think it's set in for everybody that it's like when you're like in a non-toxic environment, like where we're at right now, like with my parents and like everything, like it's just non-toxic. So I think people are just like, oh, wait, we're right. Like all that, like this home is fortified. Like the guys, you know, and that's all I wanted to remind people is like, we're more in each other's image than you might even think. Like I'm not here to destabilize you. Like that's all I kept trying to tell people. It's like, I'm just like, I tried to do the same thing in my mother's house. It's like, I think people were just too prepared because their ego was telling them like, no, I'm the one who has power and you must not have power. And it's like, no, I'm not aligned. People can't, you only align to people that actually are where you're at. That's the truth. So, you know, kicking someone out forcibly, you know, the universe will remove them when you guys stop vibrating, but that's what people are feeling the pain of right now. Because like, for example, even though my brother and I were going through a tiff, we didn't stop vibrating together. We weren't not in the same place. So he just kicks us out and we go, but guess who's living with the weight of that, right? Because we're not in vibrational resonance. Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now we are. Now I'm sure like bitches have gone.
Yeah, who knows where we're at.
Wherever they're at, you know. But I am just trying to let you know that. Like you can't even force. So again, we were coming here and God was like, no. You've done your part. You keep your work going. But anyways, let's round this out because we're still under the affects of the Virgo new moon. Maybe again, between now and the next Virgo new moon that we're going to have on September 22nd, there's a 30-day portal opening up. And new moons are all about the newness that can begin. So I believe in these next 30 days for all of us here. The reason I'm giving this message is because you have 30 days to completely ground in the new frequency at the highest that it is. So that's what I'm saying. It's about to start off with a bang, because the message that I got for today is like 4 of Wands. Union. Look who's created union. The divine feminine in you, the divine feminine, the attractive version of you, has called in a union. Look what it did. You called in a union, Virgo new moon. Guess what it did? Guess what's happening today? We're in a new portal, because I felt it. Like, there were certain frequencies too that, like I said, like, art is art in so many beautiful ways, and that's amazing. But there is a very big difference right now between just understand the responsibility. Like, if you're an artist, you are providing art, and the standard for that does not have to be revolutionary, leading. You don't have to, right? You can drop an album talking about the karmic cycle you're in, and it can be completely valid, amazing art, and not necessarily mean that it's also. So this is that place too where there's a lot more distinguishing between like what the intent and the purpose of certain things are. So people who are really out here trying to help ascend the collective consciousness, that's one thing. That's not even just like, your art could help ascend people's collective consciousness, but that wouldn't be your choice, right? Like, it doesn't, like, if someone wakes up when they listen to your work, that's not even like a you thing. That's a them thing. That's God using synchronicity to do what they need to do, right? So again, at this time, the initiatives that we put forward that are actually just about serving others and the collective and all of us, like helping us all get forward, those things are also coming forward, because that's what this looks like. This looks like to me where it's like the world 6-6, like it's like something is successfully completed, and this, you just have to surrender, because this is coming into you. It's like yesterday I already did it 4 of Wands. Like, I literally already did what God asked me to do. I may not even have to understand it, but now that I did what God asked me to do, just be open to how today, what you get coming in, the surprise proposal of it all, truly. That's what I'll name this message. Today comes a surprise proposal, that, again, because yesterday I kept telling you the 9 of Swords are about to make it's about to make a lot of sense, because it's going to directly be correlated with what comes in now. Like I said, 10 years ago, stuff could have been happening to you, right? Could have been, like, for example, like my husband, 10 years ago, something happened to him. It's like, not really, it's not that there hasn't been closure, but like, how does that experience have to do with what comes next? And now that he's at that place of achieving what the future is, in a grounded way, it's like, now you know, like, oh, that's why that experience showed up in that way. Holy shit. Justice in the Sun. It's crazy right now. And what I want, well, exactly, I was literally just about to say, what I feel like brings in this, the reason people are so sure about what is karmically just and why they need to do that now, it doesn't even matter if someone literally waited and was doing the karmic enchilada soup up until yesterday. I told Dennis this when we were at it was like, the Virgo new moon was the reset. Like, it really is the reset. So it did, like, you should be prepared and ready, because it might be 4 days ago, someone was on a completely different tip, wasn't locked in. Virgo new moon hit, they're locked in right now. Like, they get it because the awareness came. They've been, all the karma that you're going to get from how you're living is on the table. So I just want to remind you, no one's going to be able to, so if you're like in my position, no one's going to be able to convince you that you're a worse person than you actually are, because my karma's on the table too. I'm like, every day I wake up though, all it is new forms of payment, complete control over my 24 hours a day, the love of my life sitting next to me with the same amount of availability. So that's what it's been for me. Mind you, you've seen very publicly what people have said about me, but even the consequences I've had to go through, right? But in the end, when we get to this place, because this is the recent past, so when Leo season came and said, gave everyone their, I told y'all, I said, Leo season, it's going to be 2 scoops of that wobbly, cobbly, pobbly peach cobbler. Yeah. It's going to be 2 big scoops the whole way through. Everybody Leo season is going to know all the karma that comes to you, all your intentions, everything you've really put out. And it's on display for everyone, you know, it is what it is. But I think because for light, for dark, for whatever karma had to say to you and what it being conscious to you and everyone, 9 of Swords, you know. And I think people had to deal with that because it's like, I've seen it, like, it's going to be everyone. I tried to tell you girls, you guys are laughing at me and Dennis a year ago. You were laughing at us 6 months ago when I was trying to tell you. I was like, you girls talk shit about how, like, oh, you're so alone, you guys don't do nobody around. I'm like, yeah, but you don't understand what that saves you in terms of karma. Like, I don't start shit with nobody. Like, I don't. Like, that's why you see me as me immediately, like, when I'm dealing with people, I'm like, what do you need from the situation? Do you need me to leave? I'll leave, because I don't even want to No, because it's a time like Leo season, like we just had, where it's like those are times in life where it's like the whole shit pinata just like bust wide open, and you see what it really was for light and for dark, for the whole fucking spectrum of it. And you're going to be in your Nine of Swords, initiation after initiation after initiation. And I tried to tell you guys, just don't do too much on the divine plan, because the more you do, whatever you erect with your bare hands that isn't fortified by God, you'll have to take down with your bare hands, you know? So I think going through the initiation all the way up until the Virgo new moon was what it was. But now I'm telling you, the timeline is course corrected. It really has. For me, I'm telling you what's going on for me, because a lot of you aren't on the highest timeline, but the highest timeline is our progress marker. So the people who are in their highest timeline are as far advanced as humanity can get right now, right? It's limitless, but they would set it. So the more people that pursue limitlessness, the more people that pursue things that don't have boxes or ceilings, the further humanity can evolve in terms of the advancement of the race. So that's where we're at today. But it's really phenomenal, because I think this is where you really got to let go of the warring paradigm. You really got to let go of the I'm right paradigm. That you have endless opportunities to get it right. Literally, this is going to be proof of it. Some of you are going to realize how like God is so merciful, graceful, and kind to me, because up until 24 hours ago, I was committing to fraudulence, craziness, stupid shit. I learned my lesson from that because it just got my ass handed to me. But now I'm really ready for union, and it's like God's like, you're good. There's going to be a big, like, they're still set, because the divine feminineness, this is the whole reason we're all healing. Because again, the more that the divine feminine truly just works on empowering themselves and making sure that their role has the proper basis, the better we're all going to be. Because she's now in you, she's no longer waiting on anyone's approval, validation, because the journey, she realizes, like a journey for me, and liberating myself is going to still be what I have to do to liberate myself. Even if systems of oppression, other genders are putting me in certain ways, they're not the creator. So the creator has already given the divine feminine the blueprint for how to like get themselves out of codependency and basically slavery timelines. And that's what's happened. Yeah, any amount of karma will do it for you and straighten you out. But the divine feminine is now in union with herself and with her divine masculine, right? And because of that, now a cycle completes, you get to surrender, and you come right into the contract of the equal give and take. This is the universe saying, this is what is fair for you. Yeah, because you had to transform. It took a lot for me to transform into the person. It's the funny thing is, like, the gift never changes. Like, you can go to March 2022 at the top of this YouTube archive, the same quality and caliber, like, you know, love to my 25-year-old self that started archiving. I'm definitely not her anymore, but she is alive, and she had to do a lot of transforming to be who I am today. And that was the whole point of all of this, was that you transform into this version of yourself that's already got personal union, and then it commands outside of you. And the death process, right, like I said, it was through the painfulness, because there was no other route. People created pain in my life, so I think that's another thing that I had to get more realistic with, is like, if someone like abuses you, right, that pain is gonna have to be refelt at some point. That's why I don't go easy on this, guys. Because when you fuck me over, when you cause a problem in my life, you're not just doing what you think you're doing. You're not just doing something that you have to say sorry for. You're going to sign me up to feel that pain twice. If you fucking send your child to a fucking rehab facility, it's not even just that they're going to deal with that one time. If they ever decide to heal from that trauma, guess what they're going to have to go through? Relive the exact feelings that they felt. Because they have to derive wisdom from the feeling. They have to ask themselves, what does this feeling have to tell me? Because that's the only way to repurpose situations like that, right? When I was raped, how do I repurpose that? What do I do with that information, right? I had to relive it. This morning, I actually blocked my rapist. That's another thing I did do. Because they kept popping up on my thing. I was like, pause. Saw the little scripture in the bio. Talking about mom, 30 years. I was like, fuck that, bro. 1 Corinthians, my ass. You know, fucking demons. In the near future, I'm telling you, it's what happened exactly 2 years ago under the Virgo new moon when I was proposed to. The real reason Dennis felt guidance from his higher self at that time to recommit deeper to the fact that he was going to marry me. Like, the whole point of my second proposal was because, like, it was fictitious. Like, you know, we were really young. Like, even though we had been together for 4 years, and mind you, living together for 3.5 of those years. So like, when you know, I'm just trying to give you a timeline of like when Dennis proposed to me. We met at 20, but we had lived together for 3.5 of the years that that made up the 4 years in which we knew like we wanted to lock in. But we also knew we want to wait to be older. So we had I was like, we'll do a 2-year engagement because we're not going to go anywhere. It's not going to change anything. But I do just want to be a little bit older when I get married, just because I don't want to look like Boo Boo the Clown. Like when I look back at my wedding photos, I know I want to be young and I want to be smart and ascended enough to be like, I was young. I didn't have to wait. You know what I mean? I don't have to wait if I do know. But I don't want to also be like rushing cycles. Like I just want to be able to look at it and be like, yeah, by 26, that was our golden year. It was like, that's the year where we pretty much got the image, like the brand of like what our adult selves is going to be built off of. We like locked in. So I just feel like, specifically, that's why you get this proposal. That's why you're about to be. It's like someone knows how much they put you through because of their inability to stay like sure. Like it's not even just their inability to stay sure. It's like it just committing to someone requires a lot. Do you get what I'm saying? So like when Dennis Reed proposed to me, it was just like it wasn't even anything acute. But I remember at the time, like what we were going through was like the changes of like we didn't know because we were growing older, but we also didn't realize when you propose to someone or when you say you want to court someone, like it will transform y'all's relationship. So what we were in resistance to a little bit in between the first proposal in 2021 and the second one in 2022, it's like almost like a year and some change later, was just that, was like we at an internal level need to really be focused that like the marrying process is going to also change everything. We're not, even if you don't think it, you know, you hear like, yeah, I'm not single anymore, but what does that really mean, like at an energetic and fucking metaphysical level? So that's what we had to recommit to, and I feel like that's exactly what you can expect. It's like 9 of Swords. It's like the thing that we are going to be talking about is how many initiations you had to go through, and I'm feeling like it has to do with the divine feminine. Look at her, she's still got the same side braid, right? It's the same divine feminine. But the reason she gets the union now, she gets the proposal now to be the wife for the future, right? Has to do with, dude, you stayed with me. I fucking called you this. I called you out your name. I did all this crazy shit to you whole time. And all it did was just, there you go. You're going to have to alchemize it and stand in your spiritual truth every time, even though it's like, what? Because you notice how they're sending all this stuff, but it doesn't puncture you. Because I think the thing that people don't realize, especially like the divine masculine to this divine feminine within you, they didn't realize that it's like, well, none of these swords that they're sending your way either way could they never pierce you. They're just parallel. Like their trauma, like this is what they're trying to learn. It's like if you're courting someone, it's like the trauma you have is parallel to mine. Like a lot of the people I'm trying to come into union to, it's like you could be like, whatever. You could be like, whatever. You could be like, nah, and your ego. You'd be like, nah, I don't know. I'm not going to link with you. Okay, fine. But even when you try to send jabs or talk shit about me, it doesn't penetrate me. It just goes parallel. It's like, yeah, that's what everyone says about me. Oh, yeah, you're gaslighting me. Oh, yeah, you're just like stringing me. They've been doing that since fucking 6th grade, bro. Like, oh, is another man showing up, wasting my time. Like, not shocking. Like, you know what I mean? So that's the kind of frequency that we're getting in the near future. Where it's like I said, yesterday's message was like, you turned pure pain into primordial power. But in terms of the union, do you know what that's going to happen if the divine feminine has turned the pain that their divine masculine has caused into pure power? Huge elevation. Dude, this is what I fucking mean, bro. You took a path that says, you know what? It's not about building a path that avoids pain. It's about the pain that doesn't let you bleed out and die, right? Pain you can tolerate. That's what whenever you're going into partnership with them, one thing I'm going to tell you, everybody that you keep next to you, it's like the pain you can stomach. That's the thing that I tell you when you're picking bitches, like just make sure if you always want to think about this when you're dealing with someone in your life. You call them a friend, you call them a brother, you call them a sister, you call them a wife, a husband, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, whatever, a son, a daughter. You have to understand the people that you include in your life. You need to look at them full spectrum. If they hurt you, you need to be able to take how it is they could be hurting you, because they will, indiscriminately, infinitely, in any part of the day, because you're not the same person. It's like just what it is. And so if that person is worrying about themselves and you're worrying about yourself, that's why God calls us to know what conflict resolution is and embody it. Because conflict means like our goals are conflicting. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you or wrong with me. It means that like what we're trying to do is conflicting. So clarity can come. But again, this is about what's happening now is it's the 3 of Swords. These are the people that it's like, because here's what I get. Some pretty public karmic shit came out. It became visible. And it's like, oh, okay, we really have healed. Because maybe even in the past in these relationships when you used to do the same thing where you would like make a mistake or, you know, you do something karmic, and it's, you know who your divine partnerships are, but you do something karmic, you're seeing today that like, oh my God, they didn't even like, they're not triggered by the same things, which means someone has grown, which means someone is aware, is like, I know how you could hurt me. You could hurt me by, like, for example, like I said, it's like you could just be like someone who's close to me, and it's like, if you embarrass the shit out of me by the people you connect with. It's true. Sometimes you be like mindless and doing shit that's just like, I can't support that, I can't. But this is about moving past the point of realizing like, well, 9 of Swords, that could have caused me 9 of Swords where I could have reacted to each of these swords, but also at the same time, it's like I could also not react to it and just be aware that like, this is how this energy hurts me. But it's 3 of Swords. This person is spiritually aligned to me, so like, look at all those daggers they put in my heart. My heart's just like perfectly fine. Right? That's what coming out of the codependency narcissism paradigm will do for the divine feminine. When she's actually just her own, connected to her own source, you get less triggered by the way people hurt you. Like I'm telling you, my dad the other day, he came right into my face and was like, I've decided I'm leaving your life. That's like literally what he said. And it's one of his triggers. It's something that he deals with. I was like, I knew this was coming. It's a matter of time, because this is like what made me like go no contact with him. Like when I was like 13, was because he's literally reverberating a pain he's never gotten the light of day from. Like my grandma really did a number on her like fucking 9 children, by basically just like telling him like, I'm out, see y'all, and just like heading out. So that's why my dad like doesn't function well like that. Like that is the real root of why my mom divorced, because like my dad, like they both have bad abandonment wounds, but like with my dad, he just like opts out in certain ways because of the deep betrayal he feels. And my mom was like, dude, you can't, like, we can't. She just knew like, I can't build a family with this person because he's gonna really hurt us one day, because it's like he's still struggling with the like in and out. And when my mom can tell like someone's like gonna be in and out, but it's something you don't really have an option to be in and out with, like the foundation of a family, she's just gonna remove you one good time. And it actually is the smartest thing to do, because in the end, if you're supposed to be with us, like what you're seeing now in 2025, like we'll arc back. But I really can't regret my mom's decision. Like I said, it's the smartest thing she ever did. It really is. The only thing that I don't think is smart is her personal upkeep of her personal life now, because she also has things that are attacking her success as well, but I just don't want her to also be like perpetuating, because it's just going to affect her. But anyways, in terms of reading the room and being like, yeah, I'm gonna have to make a business call right now. This person is not going to be able to get it together in the time frame, and like we can't have tears. We just got to fucking protect everybody's independence at this time, right? So all these things have to do with the message. Holy shit. And it's like, this was the final test. There's going to be probably the most humiliating, most ill-timed karmic display that happened in the recent past, that the old you would have been like, oh, that's a sure sign we're not supposed to come into union. And in fact, you now got smart enough to realize, you know your person now. So because you know they reflect you, you know they feel, even if they're caught up in karma, because it's easy to get caught up in a karmic cycle with someone and it not be what you're trying to create in the future. It could be something you're trying to close out. So now I have the discernment when I'm like, when I'm dealing with my divine counterparts, if I see them doing something that in my spirit, I'm like, what? I would never do that. Like, that's karmic as fuck. Now I'm realizing like, oh, like I can see the body language. I can see the signs. I can see all the things that are like, oh, this person, this isn't someone starting a new cycle with this. This is someone completely aware that this has got to stop. This is someone changing this, because I feel like that's how the enemy knew. Like they were going to try to take me out with this last little like, look, everybody's super off path. They're still messing with karmics. They're still doing this and that. They want me to override all the levels of like evidence that I've seen that me and the people that are for me think and feel the same way about life. That's the most important thing that I think the enemy wanted me to, was really trying to attack, so that Tethered Studios wouldn't get the family connected. Because like sometimes with me, like I don't know y'all personally yet, so it's like I just have to take what I see y'all doing out in the world, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? The whole time these people are like, nah, it's not what you think at all. Right, this is what I mean. The darkness wanted me to fear the Knight of Pentacles coming into me. They really wanted me to fear it, really, right? They wanted me to fear that my team, and this is you, right? They want you to fear by all the things they show you, by the ways that they show you, like, look, they're judging you, or look, they would have never, all the things that kept you from initiating are falling into the sea at this time, because you learned it. You learn that, no, despite the evidence, I have to trust my inner knowing. This person reflects me. So if I'm seeing them situationally do something, how I feel about it is it's like my psychic intuitive ability is like I can see deeper now. I have a deeper perception. Like, that person's uncomfortable. They're not happy to be doing this. They're probably fucking contracted to do this. They're not thrilled about like what's happening here. You get what I'm saying? This isn't more, I'm not less their flavor and the bullshit is more their flavor. That's not what's happening. That's just bullshit. Oh my God. Do you see what I'm saying? This is a huge message that I had to illuminate. Yep. Is this not what I just said? The truth is, even if you see this is why the divine feminine came into union. She was like, don't trust what you see. This King of Swords is like, what I'm getting, here's an example of what I'm getting. Somebody is like ready for, like, in this cycle, God has a whole new crew for you, right? Whole new crew of bitches. And it's been a journey coming into the new because you got to close out the old. But Spirit wants me to reiterate for you, because you might need confirmation. The person that is spiritually aligned for you, like, what all the parts of what you see them displaying right now, the Seven of Cups, the full picture, the universe that they're navigating right now, especially because it's Seven of Cups of Reverse, King of Swords. It's like, this is them being done with it. Like, you don't understand. Like, I really want you to understand, whatever you see someone doing right now, we are in the finality of it. Like, we are, like, up the Virgo moon was like, anything that happened right before that new moon, people were trying to end. I have clarity on that now. Nothing, it's like, they know, like, again, people listen to me, people have been guided by me, people have been trying to, like, move around and do different things, you know, reconnect to different things, close off certain things. People know, especially now that they know they're witnessed, it's like, okay. So, but like I said, this is exactly what I told you. If you built something outside of God's will with your bare hands, this is the King of Swords having to cut down everything they built up. Because if once upon a time your divine masculine was entertaining other bitches, doing other shit, fucking passing off shit to other people, they probably really built it. They probably really did it with their chest. But it doesn't go away. And so you can't be mad either, because those people, places, and things that they were coming into contact with and making partnerships with and doing all this karmic shit with. Do you see what I'm saying? This is what Spirit's saying. This is only coming back around because they have to complete it this time, move on, and settle whatever the back and forth is. Whatever they owed, you know, and this is in you, whatever your divine masculine owed someone or whatever, that's all you're doing. That's all we were doing. So it wasn't for you to get your panties in a wad. No, like, don't take what you saw before the Virgo new moon as like evidence that you should be sad, fearful in your feelings, and like you're not moving forward. Not the truth at all. You are literally seeing things that already seeds that, like, here's the thing, is when you plant a seed, you have to, unfortunately, until you uproot it, or you get what I'm saying, take the seed at its roots and pull it out of the ground, it's still going to grow. So there's all these other aspects, like, while people were really trying to navigate how big the new world is, they also had to realize, like, damn, I planted a lot of seeds with a lot of people. It's going to be a good lesson for the divine masculine and all of us as well, as like, be more conscious about where you plant your seed. That's a huge download. Like, this whole process, like, you see how much, look, the divine masculine has to take his machete and cut out all of these bad seeds. Has to. That's all you were going through, though. Because your divine feminine is already locked in and in union. Look at this. And is holding it down and gave you the space and time and didn't put any pressure on you. It was just like, you know what, I get it. The increased time probably just has to do with how much you were really connected to. Look at this king. This is the counterpart. This is me telling you what had to happen. You know? And while they were getting clear and clearing out all the seeds that they would plant out of insecurity, out of fucking being fucking not present and not this is like a lot of just like, damn, all the decisions I made, it's like, this was all a blur. Like all them seeds you planted when the vision was blurry, yeah, we gotta fucking excavate all that first. Because this divine feminine's vision is so fucking clear. It's not like a fucking shaky vision. It's like very clear, you know? And I think that this is about the divine masculine and all of us cutting out whatever that's what I'm saying. This Virgo new moon, this is what it was. It was like, you have to make a cut, though. You have to be like, no, I'm committing to one timeline and leaving this one. You get what I'm saying? I'm saying right now that I am doing something decisively. I'm speaking in a way, right? Writing and speaking in a way versus per the Mercury and Uranus influence right now. I'm writing and speaking in a way that cuts out what I'm not doing anymore and only contributes to that which I am doing now. Huge, huge message. Because it's going to take a literal change. But let's just clarify. You see this? You see this? This is everything that the divine masculine has to do in order to be ready to meet me at the altar in your white dress. We ain't getting no younger. We might as well do it. That's the fucking song. Let's get married. Is that Jagged Edge? Ja Rule? I don't know who the fuck that is. Somebody. Some bald-headed, dark-skinned piece of chocolate. Say that one. Man, that's a fucking Wanda Taylor original. That's a fucking CD she's gonna wear out on the way to school. Let me tell you that right now. Pretty sure Jagged Edge. I don't know. Bro, Jagged Edge is the greatest name of all time.
Absolutely.
That's like a counter.
Yeah,
that's like a queer vibe. That's like they were trying to be like, we're queer.
Jagged Edge.
You know, in a straight cis hetero fucking society coming out, it's like Jagged Edge.
You're saying a lot.
I just love it. I love the texture that we're getting. But anyways, okay, fuck it. 4 of Wands, let's clarify. Oh, my shit's key. Oh, my shit's key. Oh, my shit's key. Look what's coming in today. This is the current vibe. 4 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles. Right? That's the current vibe. Oh my God. That's why this Queen of Cups, this Queen of Wands is like, she's already able to ground the physical union because she used intellect to do it. How can your divine feminine grounded, just overriding ground the union? It's basically like being the type of person that's like, if really we just need, if eventually the end goal here, no matter how much like talking about what drama's gone down for us, is that we're gonna have to get over it and that we're gonna one day be back on one accord. This is quite literally your divine feminine just being like, we're already on one accord. Literally. This is literally just your divine feminine being like, we're already there. Like, whatever. Like, yeah, you could show me anything. You could, this is like a divine feminine that's like so locked in that's like, yeah, you could show me like, you know, because I think the divine masculine's like, oh my God, I got so many fucking bad decisions and fucking tacky choices that I have to explain. It's like, no, you don't. Matter of fact, don't explain them. Because I'm already in union. We don't care. If you just need to be in the picture, let's just cut whatever you need to cut. That's what I'm saying. This is so tight. This is like God showing you mercy. Because God's like, dude, just cut it out. It's exactly what my dad did. It's like, he made the classic blunder of thinking he had to like go through and like, he made the little mistake. Then he was like, oh, wait. No, this is a higher caliber divine feminine. This is not a karmic feminine. This is not you've never dealt with someone like this before. That's what my dad is realizing. He's like, I've never dealt with someone who has this type of emotional maturity. You know, it wasn't some 2-week fucking thing. She let me fucking say to her face, like, I want to get out of your life. And I didn't even flinch. I was like, okay, good. Thanks for letting me know that. And then he was like, okay, yeah, that's all I had to say. I was like, okay, if you need to get out of my life, that's okay. Then the whole time they're like, oh, I can actually get what I need because you're just not used to that. You know, even if the divine masculine had something negative to say, like it's like, I don't want to fucking invest in you. I don't want to fucking do this anymore. I'm like, okay, cool. Because this has to do with the divine feminine being in her empress status, which is like, it's not just you. No one can play your role. Like, you could be my soulmate, you could be this, you could be that, but it isn't just you that makes any one life happen. So even if you were someone's soulmate and you opt out of that, like I tell Dennis all the time, I was like, your life won't stop. Like, you know what I mean? It might feel fucking sad that you can't do like the whole whatever you be doing with me married, but like anything ever happened to me or you, it's like keep living, brother. Don't do that. Don't stop.
Right.
And on the converse, don't think that you like make up
Somebody's life.
someone's existence, no matter how influential you are. They were here before you popped out. They'll be here when you go. This is crazy. This is the divine feminine being like, I'll wait at the altar. I'm not even burned. This is like the type of nigga who went to his bachelor party, fucking dogged his wife out with like 30 whores. And the wife's like, yeah, it's like, isn't that what it's for? Let's get that out of your system.
Right.
It's like, what? You might as well do it now before we're physically supposed to come into fucking union. Because you're definitely not going to be able to get away with that when we act. This is what I'm saying is like, technically, y'all, you're good because you weren't in union yet. Do Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think people are aware that, like, ascended divine feminines are like, it's like, for example, I can't get mad at Dennis for anything he was doing before he knew I existed. Yes, this is metaphysical. Yes, we absolutely knew each other from a higher consciousness realm, and absolutely we're like designing our lives to come together. You will just keep finding the onions of that get peeled back over and over again to show you how conscious you were. But even with that, I can't abuse that until technically karma like consciously made us aware of one another. It's like we're can't get mad at him for who he's sleeping with or how he wasn't on this path before he even came into union with it. Like, I can feel a type of way about it, but it's like I'm not gonna actually count you. It's like in a court of law, or like it's like I can't use that evidence against you.
Right.
You were technically doing what you need to do. All I can do is give you the gentle reminder that it's like one day we will come into union, so that the choices that you do make today can affect that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because in the end, how Dennis got sent to Austin, even though if in the end his life would continue in this state as a chapter of it because of his wife in the future, how that looks in the now moment for when it was happening, his transition to this state, is up to him. And so I always just remind you, like, if you're getting dragged to Austin rather than like driving your car when you're grown and ready and happy or some shit, like, it's just gonna affect like whatever, but it doesn't mean that there's any like, it just is what it is. So again, that's why I try to tell you guys, whenever you use this sort of like spiritual future insight to like craft and build your life, just know that that's the only reason. Right. Because the karma is, we get it. We already knew in the recent past, right? This is a couple. This is a couple that's been going back and forth. We already get it in the recent past. People are getting karma for the ways they did not actually believe the Ace of Wands. This King of Cups rejected this Queen of Cups, Ace of Wands, where her approach was like, all I'm doing is wrapping shit up, surrendering to God, and waiting for the equal give and take to come into me. That's all the Queen of Cups is doing. She didn't even move. She didn't do shit. She did very Taurus shit. Like, I'm not gonna, what is there to do? And I think it was really more so the divine masculine that went on the fucking tilt-a-whirl with the fucking belief, not belief. Because in the end, it's all really calm. In the end, it's like, yep, slow and steady. So I think, yes, the divine masculine's a little embarrassed right now because there's all, like, yeah, I guess we're still talking about it, but at this point, the union's more exciting, so it's like, it doesn't really matter that, like, dang, we're getting all the details of just how many people you walked out on me with. Damn. Oh, you bitches was trying to fucking... Oh, you thought you really want to be a radio personnel with my bitch ass, but you over here trying to act like you can do the broadcasting. Oh, okay. It doesn't matter. It's all gonna be fucking... Because in the end, it's just gonna be viewed as like how you didn't see the thing that was already... You're getting karma for not seeing the Ace of Wands as what it was. You're also getting karma for starting things that this should not be initiated. This is ill-timed burst. Again, this is like masculine. Where you plant, be more conscious about where you're planting your seeds, because every seed you fucking plant now, you will have to harvest, you will have to continue to harvest over and over again, so help you God. Oh my God. And a transformation needed to happen because this is about how powerful the divine masculine is. You're realizing now, oh, this is awkward. But what if I told you? I think this is what the divine masculine feels so heavy about. He created all this death energy for his partner. It's heavy. It's all of us, right? This is where our divine masculine in ourselves could have either made the divine feminine's job and arrival at where she's at right now with this Virgo number fucking difficult, or she could have made it really fucking easy. You had that much power the whole time. That's what, when Dennis re-proposed to me, that's what the premise was. Where he was just taking accountability. He's like, listen, for all the over 4 years that we've been together at this point, the second proposal is 6 years in. So it's the second proposal, he's like, listen, all this time that we've been together now, and I'm realizing there's no escaping the prophecy. It's just me either making it really easy for us to move into the truer truth or way more resistant. And so it was all about my husband being like, I'm way more powerful than I thought, you know, because I am affecting my divine feminine's life in a deep way. There's certain powers that only I have over this person. Do you see how this, look what God's about to do. There is a cup for every single parallel truth that you uncover through the painful journey. Like the painful parts of coming into union with your partner's partner. This is, again, because it's like in the fold of everything. Like if you're in divine union, everything you do, even when you go to the coffee shop, you'll experience divine union. So everyone that you encounter will be in the image of like the divinity and the union within, like knowing that your divine feminine and masculine are working together on one accord within. is the reason why that's going to happen without. And so this is the healthy partnership, because right now the divine feminine is dealing with the initiation. Like, wow, I went through so much. And it's the divine masculine in all of us that now is going to reflect all these opportunities to heal and to reimburse. Because, right, the water can help you. Like, when you get spiritually, like when you're slicing something, when you're cutting slices and you're doing the sculpting thing of life, the water is one thing that can help replenish the spirit. The things that you knew that weren't necessarily validated, but you got tested on. That's where the divine masculine shows up. If you were like this is how the divine masculine can be guided at this time on this day to support you out of the position that their negligence or disobedience put you in. But even if it put you in this situation, only reason God would have allowed that for the divine feminine is because it can be utilized. This is another perfect way to learn how to pivot and not be codependent, to actually be like independent. Because that's the most important thing for the divine feminine, is like, we got to learn how to figure out independence now that the patriarchy has collapsed. This is the King of Wands today. Total awareness. The King of Wands is like, specifically because something that I was really having a lot of nerves about, something that I knew I had to commit to, that someone asked me to like, it's just a part of the old cycle. I was really scared because the divine masculine, in my opinion, has been doing nothing but getting ready for this new beginning. But this pain, they really just hoped it wouldn't hurt you deeper than it needed to, because it's going to come out at a pretty inopportune time, I'm feeling. And the enemy, if you're not further enough along in your divine feminine energy, if you weren't already in union, this is something that absolutely the enemy would have used to make you think that union was never going to happen. The whole time the divine feminine peeped game and was like, oh, I can see exactly. This is so obviously like, what? Why would this be coming out right now? Why would this be happening right now? Like, why would it's like when my dad told me he was like ready to leave my life. Like that, I had to be mature and be like, that's his old self changing. He did have to re-feel it, but in the moment, right, he had to re-say the words, which are words he said to me historically over and over again at different points in our relationship, right? I've decided to step out of your life. I can't handle you and Sherman anymore. Something you should never say to your child when you're just an adult who doesn't have their poop in a group, because what is your house, right? But he said it many times. But the difference was he had to say it in 22. This is why I told you, I opened this message saying, whatever you've done to someone, you have to understand, you're getting the reason why we need to cut bitches off and go no contact is because it's not just the one time they traumatized you. If you ever want to choose to heal it, you're going to have them say it again, do it again, feel it again, to show you just how much you've changed, to actually stop the recreation of it, right? To actually stop saying to your daughter, like, I'm walking, like, I know like 2 days ago when my father said this to me, that is the last time he will ever say that to me in his life. It's not necessary anymore. It's not a judgment, but like when he said it, it was like, dude, this isn't necessary. You don't even have to give up on anything right now. You don't have to walk out on anything right now. So I hope you guys know that in the leading months of 2025, I feel like that was the biggest thing that we were dealing with. You get what I'm saying? Is that like when we got to 2025, a lot of people were doing stuff for the last time. Do you get what I'm saying? People are, so when you see them doing the dance of their karmics, they really are about to stop it. They really are already building new things. They just, you know what I'm saying? And I know I had to grow through that too, because I was just learning that too. Like I was doing stuff for the last time. Even just revisiting old relationships. You see what I'm saying? This is it. Because this time around for everybody was like, it's Five of Swords, judgment. Like the thing you're cutting off is like for good. And that's where my high priestess is like, Alexis, whoa. This person, this is the last dollar they're going to get. This is the last handout they're going to get. Nobody's going to allow themselves to be used anymore. Because again, you just have to go back into the old thing that you did. Your old summer favorites, let's say. I see that on the screen now. Is to go back into the things you used to do. Try it on. Go hang out with the bitches you used to let yourself hang out with when you were in your self-hate era. And you're going to feel immediately like, let's never do this again. Right? Let's never do that again. And if you're with an actual person who's already in union, they're going to watch you do this, communicate this, like, I don't want to be in your life anymore. And they're going to know, like, okay, that's just a part of where you're transitioning. It's not actually like an end all be all. I think everyone in my house also learned that, where it's like some of the stuff that you were like, I think my dad got really upset because there were some things in his ministry that popped out where it was like certain members were like going back to old timelines. I was like, don't be like, look, we lost it all. It's not even that. Some people have to feel it again to just see how much it's like not where we're at anymore in our growth and development. And it'll be the last time they do it. Trust me. If someone has really changed and really crossed over into a new place, when they try on the old shit in this level of focus, it's going to feel so like I'm stealing from myself. I am too much of a star now to do this. And people aren't going to be fearing that anymore. right? Like I said, people are done with the fucking too drunk, people want more focus. Because I'm all about having fun. Let's party every single day. But let's be serious about life. You know what I mean? Like, party in the seriousness about, like, I party because I take my life seriously, not because everything's a joke. Type of freak. Holy cow. This is crazy. The Empress wins because she was... A lot of people right now are trying to get their royalty back, is like the big part of this, because a lot of like kingdom work here. People are trying to get on top of their kingdoms, trying to get on top of But the thing about the divine feminine right now, there's a big frequency of divine feminines that are running through all of us that already have an empire. So the part of you that is already running an empire like an empress in a intuitive and receptive and like open way, and managing all of that, you're gonna have deep success because you focused on the empire and you allowed the divine masculine to close out each of these seeds that he was planting illegitimately. But it looks like the divine masculine was successful at closing out all the seeds that they planted. This is successfully cutting everything off. I'm not going to hold you. I think the divine masculines frequently, because they were like, I really fuck with your frequency. I really want to commit with you, but you gotta, it's what I did. Dennis met me and was like, bruh, you're absolutely dream girl, but I didn't even think I could have like a dream reality. So that's a lot for me to navigate. So basically when we started dating, it was like the kind of agreement, which was like, I'm super in it for the long haul with you. I just have a lot of shit that I have to cut out first. So the first like 8 years of our relationship was like each of us, I mean, it was mirrored. Like for me, I was like, to be the best version of me with this person doesn't really involve me being overly entrenched in like my karmic community and family identity either. So we both were like, okay, yeah, but the masculine in us has got a long way to go. Like, you don't understand how much shit I'm in. Because when I met Dennis, I had thousands of people in my life that there's just not going to be room for a soulmate level person, husband to come in who requires like so much of my attention to like how much depth is being reflected there. So I had to cut off a lot just to get, and maybe it's not all like darkness, like super darkness, but again, a lot of it is just things that would just keep you from focusing on what you need to focus on, which is this union that I feel like. And so now I feel like the divine masculine completely cut off all the things that were keeping it, successfully cut down all the things that were keeping it from committing to what it already knew that it wanted to commit to. It's just like, are you going to be able to wait around while I like actually get all that done? And there's no waiting around because it should be in tandem. If the divine masculine has a ton of shit to cut off, the divine feminine can do the same. If you're with a real partner that you're supposed to be with, it can always be helpful. Whatever you're going through, they can learn from. Whatever they're going through, you can learn from because you're mirrored. It's a true partnership. So whenever Dennis was like reviewing things in life and like having to get strong and discernment and cut off stuff, I would really learn and be like, yo, that's a really helpful, you know what, maybe I should hold the like, let me look at, like, honestly, like with Dennis, it's like, you know, I didn't have to be taken to a rehab just to like use his story to like really remind myself, like, you know, there's abuses that my parents caused me that I should like go back for too. You know what I mean? Just in general, like, don't let it get to a place where like someone does something extreme. Like, people have done like pretty crazy shit out of their neck to me that has built a lot of resentment in me, and I should probably start dealing with it because I do have a, you know, kind of like bubbling over kettle pot that's just kind of like of thoughts and feelings about how people have done me in my life, and I should like relieve that just so like I can like be lighter. But we really were waiting for the divine masculine and all of us to like clean it up, you know, clean up all of the excess in life. And I think the divine feminine listening to God and really being like, dude, just focus on yourself right now because it's divinely orchestrated. Like, the divine feminine really does need to learn independence right now while they like clean up their karma. But now, holy shit, crazy stuff is about to happen. In ways that I don't think people understand. Any final messages? Yep. Final message. You're understanding why the old form, why you were crucified. Do you see what I'm saying? This is this first step. This is like, Jesus was hung up, then he's like pronounced dead. That's where we're at, right? You were crucified and then pronounced dead. Like, people needed to know that the old you died. Like, for me, very specifically, people do not know where I went technically. I can't assume anyone knows where I'm technically at right now. You know? I'm pretty sure Spirit just told people to pack up off me, so they don't necessarily even know where I am, but they do know the old form is dead. Per their crucifixion, right? Holy shitty. And then here comes the angelic form of me that brings the Wheel of Fortune. Right? What comes first, crucifixion or coronation? Well, I already know I did if you already did the crucifixion part, guess what comes next? If you've already done the coronation and you haven't done the crucifixion part, guess what comes next? It's like Virgo. The wheel, it turns. It turns. Because what did we successfully complete under this Virgo new moon? We're no longer stealing from ourselves. This Seven of Swords is so, like, Virgo's going to talk to you about the Seven of Swords every time. Virgo's going to be like, bitch. They're going to be the ones to tell you, like, that's just stealing from yourself. Let's not make habits out of doing that. It's just not going to be successful. Right? But what I'm getting is people successfully stopped it. People did end it. People are like, I'm not doing the old thing I used to do anymore. I'm not. And that's why God was like, Alexis, really listen to me when I tell you when I'm calling time, because you aren't the creator. So I will tell you when people are really out of time to be doing the old world shit. And I'm like, for me as an Aquarius, like, there's nothing to fuck, like, stealing from yourself is already done. It's already a dud. It's already a L. Like, it's already not, it already immediately no. But I feel like Spirit was just like, you don't know when I'm going to say, like, time's really up for people to be participating in that stuff. So I'm giving people a lot of time to, like, really close stuff out, especially people that I know really did prepare for the new beginning. But it does look like successfully people, because that's the most important thing. People need to successfully stop, like, actually stealing from yourself. Like, stop actually, like, because that's what it looks like. It's not offending me. It's just like, this doesn't look good for you. You know what I'm saying? This is stealing from you, not from me. Holy shit. Recent past, Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. It's physically materializing. Yesterday, that's what I said. Like, oh, be careful. Yesterday, we got the Holy Trinity cracking in the physical way. Right? That's why today, you have to wake up and realize nothing is the same. You aren't who you were. None of this is... None of this is what we were previously, like, the imprints that you even had, you completely, like, you successfully killed off the version of yourself that was always stealing from yourself. Now, the new opportunities that just came in, you're able to actually seize. Because that had to come first. Because that version of yourself can't be operating it. Holy cow. And again, one thing I'll do, because this is me just doing my work for today, because then I'm going to go do my fucking vibe for the day. But a Knight of Swords is coming into the Nine of Wands, right? The truth that's able to come to you very quickly too. Mind you, this card doesn't really show, but the Knight of Swords is very fast, swift, moving communication coming in to the Divine Feminine. Right? And this is how I woke up again. Woke up expecting the Tower, expecting, like, okay, I just feel like we need Uranus to, like, really be shaking it up right now, though, because this Virgo new moon was nothing to play with. Nothing in any sense of the word. So, that's really amazing. Yep. The Temperance card, the Divine Earth Angel in me is like, I already know that this arrives today. That's why everything is being set up the way that it is. That's why it's like, don't get too, like, heavy on, like, anything. You're good. All this is good. Okay. 8 of Swords, 6 of Swords, right? Do not you're not stuck. You are in surrender. You are not stuck. You are in surrender. You're just surrendering because God is doing it. You don't have to do that much. Thank you, Spirit. 7 of Swords is the outcome. Yeah. Oh my God. And in comes a Knight of Cups. So here's what I'll say to end today. Woke up feeling like, okay, you really cannot at this point, like, there's nothing to lie to yourself about in terms of what's coming into you. Like, do not steal from yourself. There's a Knight of Cups coming into you. There is. Like, when I woke up, I was like, oh, like, you know, this and that. And God's like, don't even, like, that little bit is just for you to do, like, to finish off, like I said, the karma of it all. But you're new today, and so just trust in God. That, like, this, again, 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords with the Knight of Cups is like, you could steal from yourself by saying, nah, this intuitively, again, Knight of Cups is also fast. This is like someone coming in with the intuitive and emotional. I think also what people just experience at a personal level in terms of ending their old, they've been waiting for a very long time to address what seems so deceptive, but they had to get through that. This had to happen. You know, it's like the cost to spin the wheel is your old life. To spin the wheel with this new divine counterpart, you have to give up the old. So let's do some clarifying again. Let me just do a little more. I'm just giving you guys hella messages. You're so welcome, because it's like I'm so abundant today. Right, before you can dart off and go create a new beginning, you see what I'm saying? This actually happened because of this. The incentive for stop. This is the thing where you have to take it in. Today, I'm so fortunate. People get, like, the people that are for me now are showing up for me in a way that's so crazy. They're like, I don't see it because it's like things I'll be told about later. Because again, our lives aren't connected up until this point. But baby, would you mind closing the door? But one of the things that is really important to acknowledge here is that these people are deadening this for you. It's literally Spirit is saying, like, it wouldn't have been deaded unless they were exposed to better, and you're the better. So if people are exposed to better, then it can be hard to confront. It can be difficult, but it's like, might as well confront it because I got a truer truth. Let's look at the wheel clarification. This is so good. Holy shit. As I just said, I got a better truth, right? Wheel of Fortune. They wanted to come up and speak. They saw it. Everybody knows. Everybody fucking knows. But they gotta stop doing the corny shit because there's cooler shit now. You know? We don't have to do the corny shit anymore. You know? I'm around people that really inspire me. Like, these people, like, now, they, like, fucking inspire me to fucking do the shit that's authentic and that I really want to do. Most people just didn't have faith that this existed, but it does exist. And it comes in and it looks like it's what motivated people to actually, like, stop doing certain shit. The moon, the Virgo new moon, I'm telling you. Virgo new moon people spun it. Like, people finished everything right before the moon, like right before August 22nd and 23rd. Now, under the moon, they spun it. They said their truth and they spun it. And guess how it comes out? Successful. But don't believe me. Let's see what God says. I told you. What did I tell you? Some people killed some niggas over you. Some people cut some shit off indefinitely for this Queen of Wands. Yeah. To come into union with that. Because their higher power was like, yeah, you're going to have to cut that out. If you want to stay in union with this, yeah, you have to cut that out. Oh my God. Because in the recent past, it was made abundantly clear by the divine who the star is and where this actually belongs. So in the recent past, someone already did this. This is already physical. Someone's like, yeah, this goes to the star. Again, why I'm celebrating today. Because there's so much for me to take in. I'm like, oh my God, people are doing crazy shit on my behalf. If you're for me, I'm not talking about everybody in the fucking world. I'm talking about the people that are for me, that are trying to come into my union. Their journey would be this. I got exposed to you. That's great. A lot to do in the interim, you know, before we can come into union. Like I said, there were 6 months of me and Dennis being long distance before we could fully have at it. Right. See what the top of the thing was? It's where people were investing physically. People want creative new beginnings and then they're wasting their money. That had to stop. Do you see what I'm saying? This was an investing issue. Investing in and trying to build with stuff, that's like killing you, like self-sabotage. Virgo new moon stopped that and made it push you, because you got so much fucking karma, it seems, that it pushed you. And not always bad karma, you got good karma. Like, it's like sometimes the worst karma is like God like dangling the carrot that you need to nab. Like, look at all these cool people. Like, I don't even think that people were getting bad karma as in like their karmics were like getting them sent to jail and shit. No, I think the actual bad karma is like, damn, the people I know I'm supposed to be around and be connected to are over there fucking living it up, and I'm over here with some subpar doo-doo caca bad company. And that's just it. Because I told you guys, sometimes it's not how bad your shit is, it's how much better other people's shit actually feels and will look, and you have no understanding of that. So just make sure you're always coming from the heart, because if you're not, and you're faking and capping to yourself about how good something feels or how fun something really is for you as a person, God's gonna do it every time, where someone else does something fun and it's just like, I'm triggered. God's bringing this in. Just surrender. This is the part of the day that after I finish recording this, I have no control over. That's why I'm setting my day up to stay connected, right? I'm gonna go hit the fucking Pacquiao shop and do my thing, right? Expect it's the Queen of Pentacles. That's what I'm gonna expect, because tonight I'm gonna have a surprise proposal, and then I'm gonna want to dance my ass off. So I'm gonna be prepared for that. Any other clarifying messages? Yep. Because I already know the network is just about them being able to move forward now. Straight up. They know. But I think it'll be a good reflection too of just like how many boundaries I have. Like, yeah, but to get to me, you gotta be at a certain rank. You gotta be at a certain consciousness. And I think people know that. They're like, this bitch is not like regular. She be saying prolific shit. So it's like not a regular, like I can't just pull up like a dumbass. Which is true. I'm not gonna hold you guys. I'm the person. I have more friends than like fucking most people you know. But at the end of the day, the real reality is like I'm very smart. So like for you to not have a negative experience, you're gonna want to have some sort of body of knowledge when you get around me, because you might just be triggered. Because I'll just be looking at you like, what? It's like an underdeveloped ass thought. Like, oh, okay. Anyways, so yeah, that's the fear. The fear that the enemy would try for me today is like, oh, I'm stuck, when actually it's like, fool, like nothing is stuck today. So this was a meditation for me to get out of that, to discern that, because I had to wake up this morning and choose it. I had to wake up and be like, 9 of Swords, but I know I didn't get to the 9 of Swords on my own. It has to do with people that are a part of like the other end of the phone that are or aren't making it easy for us to come into what's to come into. But I woke up this morning and I chose discernment. I chose to be like, no, which one am I today? I can't be moving from fear. Am I stuck or am I free to go? And I'm free to go. Yeah, there's steps to everything. Certain things get revealed, but you don't have to do anything. 7 of Swords. Let's clarify the 7 of Swords, which is really what I wanted to clarify, which is our outcome. Look at this. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, man, Spirit. Okay. So, another thing that I wanted you to say. Like, Spirit, like, don't be fooled by anything. Literally, don't be fooled by anything. This is the opportunity. This is what people want you to skip over. They want you to think the 5 of Pentacles is failure. No, it's not. It's the addition of the 5th Pentacle. The 5th Pentacle comes when you're locked out and you need to get in. And so what Spirit is literally saying to me with this is my risk it to get the biscuit. If at the end of this, it's like, this is like using your last dollar, where people this is a literal test, even in harvest. This is about harvesting. Right? So you would have to be checking in with God to be like, I'm not my old self. So today, when I wake up and I look at my bank account and what I'm spending it on and why, it has everything to do with the fact that it's where we're going, right? Because we talk about, you can meet at a point with someone, but somebody could be going down and you could be going up. So like, oh, and the direction makes all the difference. And this is one of those moments where for some people, not being connected to God right now is the Virgo new moon is just going to hand you this, where you lie to yourself and you keep yourself locked out. For others, it's the opportunity of a lifetime that comes that you really need when you're locked out and you're ready to make the change back inside. 1111 is what I just saw. And it's the type of thing where it's like, I could be like, for example, this morning, like I was like, should I use these resources that, like, I have resources indispensable, but for me, money is a frequency. Like, 'cause money is not, the goal isn't to just be stacking stationary money. I mean, it should be aggregating and growing is the only time you would be saving it and storing it. But otherwise, have a plan for your money. So when I woke up this morning, I was like, Spirit, is this what I need to do? Because it could be stealing from myself, right? And I had to decide that for myself. But what is the 7 of Swords, right? The 7 of Swords is what? If it's guidance for you, because that's what our outcome is. If the 7 of Swords is guidance, this is the place where you take something because the resources are open and available. It takes a smart person to be like, yo, my army is so down. We're low on food rations. We don't have shit. We've been walking for days. You come across an empty camp that's just open for you to use. You should take it. This is exactly what I was telling you about. This was the status of even my proposal. Like the second one that I had, we didn't have a ton at the time in life, but it was a lot about seizing opportunities in that way. Right? Because the reason I'm about to use the last of like whatever that is because it's going in the intent, because I'm about to get this much back. But again, this is a message that I can give to everybody because I have to let you know that's the outcome unanimously for today. 7 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. You got to be very intelligent to pass these 2 checkpoints. To have someone bring you in. There's an opportunity today where someone can bring you inside, but you have to really be seasoned to realize that that's an opportunity. You can't be coming out of your ego to be successful with this energy, because this is energy that God sent. So a lot of people will fall into the trap of this because you could not see this as what it is and then just be stealing from yourself and keep yourself locked out. Today, don't do that. Bring yourself inside. Let this opportunity that God just showed you bring you inside of the world you want to be inside of. Does that make sense? Because if you don't go through the door that God asked you to go through, you will be leaving today feeling like I stole from myself and I'm just locked out from God's guidance. Truly. And what's the last overall card message? So it's huge. 7 rounds. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the whole issue. Distinguish. I feel like that's the whole point. The distinguishment of what you're actually doing, like the distinguishment of what it is that because for me, it's like you could legitimately, you could just miss this. You have to know that. You have to really know what the access is, what the opportunity is, where that stems from, and then how you're going to seize that. Because again, I feel like it takes a really smart person to know, like, well, based on where I'm at and what resources I'm like really needing, to not utilize it if it's open and available would be the biggest problem. Because it's got to be about you and your personal guidance. But again, at this time, I think this could also be the time where people just continue to lie to themselves and keep themselves locked out of things. Could also very well be if you don't know, because I just think that it's like, this is like the narrowing down where it's like spirit is going to make it very simple for you where to go. I felt like that yesterday. It was like, yesterday what arise was like, the next step required, like the next step always, like the next step for you is like, you need to talk to this person, or you need to do, you're connecting to it, but it doesn't mean like it's like, oh, I had this vision of like a collaboration, right? It doesn't mean throw out the collaboration, but you don't know how this person could help you get to the collaboration maybe that you're really trying to land. And it's not even about a using thing, but it's just about like a God's creating the plan thing. So again, the obedience to complete this and to really set yourself apart and like really do like your different thing, like to be like in the distinguishment of it all. Yeah. That's it. So that's the business thought updates for now about where today is and what's required of it. The good things. Surprise engagement, surprise proposal, surprise all this stuff. So many good things. But again, that would just be my advice. Because I think the completion really would make you know that you are set apart. And then it's like the completion of yesterday lets you know you're set apart. And so then it continues to build on it. So it's like yesterday you were set apart, so you know that you're distinguished. And so then today you'd have to realize that like it is a worthy investment because of your personal placement and status. Now, would not advise that if you haven't actually gone through the fire of distinguishing yourself, because you're not going to be prepared to seize the opportunity. That's what I mean. It's a big opportunity that's presented, but you had to be ready to seize it, because otherwise it won't really be even the opportunity that perhaps you think is being proposed and intended for. All the things. Phew, crazy frequency. Okay, so we're going to go off to go get ready for all of that. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Any other things? What was I going to say? No, I don't think so. Is that it? What was I about to say? Okay, now that's everything. Till next time, August 23rd. We'll see you guys.